Tonight, a CNN exclusive. Porn stars Stormy Daniels' attorney, Michael Avenatti, facing questions tonight about his past and his business dealings. Dealings involving an ex-convict who was able to drive Avenatti's multi-million-dollar law firm into bankruptcy. So who is this convicted ex-con? And why was he working for Avenatti's firm? Sarah Seidner is out front.
The guy doesn't even know the law. He's a thug. Right. Your friend is a thug.
Well, thank you.
He's a thug.
Michael Avenatti's brash take-no-prisoners tactics have helped expose lies about President Trump's knowledge of the $130,000 hush money payment to porn star Stormy Daniels.
If folks want to continue to hide this stuff and cover it up, I think it's fantastic because I'm going to out them.
And he's revealed millions of dollars in questionable financial dealings by Trump's personal attorney, Michael Cohen.
There's a number of things that are nefarious.
But Michael Avenatti is also facing questions about his own financial dealings involving one of his firm's work with a convicted felon. In spring 2017, the firm Egan Avenatti was battling a former partner who said he was owed millions of dollars. Jason Frank accused the firm of failing to pay millions of dollars owed to him, failing to hand over tax returns, and misstating the firm's profits. The case went into arbitration, and a 3-judge panel found Avenatti's firm was engaged in a pattern of delay, obfuscation, and unresponsiveness, and ordered Avenatti and others in his firm to sit for a deposition and face questions about the firm's finances. 2 days before the deadline for that deposition to take place, the entire legal proceeding stopped after this man, Gerald Tobin, filed paperwork in Florida that forced Avenatti's law firm into involuntary bankruptcy, an obscure move that effectively froze the arbitration.
It's incredibly rare to see these cases. And if you look at bankruptcies generally, well less than 1% of bankruptcies are involuntaries.
Hi, I'm Sarah Seidner with CNN. I had a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
Can you tell me what kind of investigative work you were doing for Egan Avenatti's law firm?
No.
Bankruptcy documents show Tobin claimed Avenatti's firm owed him $28,700.
Mr. Avenatti's lawyer came to court and said that they had millions of dollars both in liabilities and in assets. So one would question why a $28,000 issue across the country is the one that resulted in an involuntary filing at a period of time that conveniently stopped a deposition from going forward.
But in court, the judge questioned whether Tobin has some relationship with the firm that would have induced a collusive filing, or whether Avenatti's firm just got lucky. Avenatti told CNN he was surprised as anybody about Tobin's filing.
Why would I talk to you guys about anything?
Why wouldn't you?
Why would I? Give me a reason why I would.
But Jerry, why not tell us how it is that you were able to file for involuntary bankruptcy to put Egan Avenatti into involuntary bankruptcy? Do they owe you money?
You're going to have to sit over in that seat and I'll clear this.
In addition, the firm's lawyers called Tobin a private investigator who did investigation on one of the law firm's cases. The state of Florida requires private investigators be licensed. We checked, and Tobin does not have a license. What he does have is an extensive criminal history. More than 24 arrests spanning over 20 years, ending in multiple felony and misdemeanor convictions. His latest arrest earlier this year for domestic violence, for which Tobin pled not guilty.
When the camera was turned off, Mr. Tobin did admit to having a lengthy criminal history. He said he can't even vote because of the multiple felonies that he's been convicted of. And he certainly is not a private investigator, he said. And as far as him being able to bankrupt a high-flying firm like Egan Avenatti, he said, no way, I'm just a nobody. And then he added he couldn't talk much about it because he signed an NDA.
Avenatti told CNN he knew nothing about Tobin's criminal record, and despite what was stated in court, Tobin was not hired as a private investigator. Avenatti provided CNN with a declaration signed by Tobin months after he filed that involuntary bankruptcy, stating Tobin was asked to assist the firm in gathering evidence and facts for a potential lawsuit in the wake of the 2016 Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando. Avenatti refused to answer questions for this story on camera, but in a statement told CNN, Egan Avenatti previously retained Mr. Tobin to do very limited work as an independent contractor for a short period of time. He was retained in connection with the case the firm was considering but passed on. A billing dispute arose that has now been fully resolved. The firm did nothing wrong, and no court has ever found that the firm did anything wrong. This is a complete sideshow and has nothing to do with my present work or cases. Who cares? Eventually, Avenatti wanted out of bankruptcy and signed a settlement late last year for his firm to pay millions in back taxes to the IRS and millions to his former partner. But a few weeks ago, Avenatti and his firm failed to make the first payment required by the deal. A federal judge then hit the Egan Avenatti law firm with a $10 million judgment. As for Tobin, he told CNN his debt has been paid.